I'm here in Portugal at a Formula One circuit. Of course, for a long time there have been no Formula One races in Portugal. The last time there was one, Jacques Villeneuve won it, and I'm going to be driving on the very same circuit in a very special car. The surprise is just waiting around the corner. Let's find out what it is. The surprise is here. It's a new M5 and we are on Estoril, the Formula One circuit. I'm going to be taking this car out soon for some hot laps and after that for a scenic drive up in the mountains. But a little bit about this car. It is radically changed from the car before because now it comes with all-wheel drive. Yes, for the first time the M5 now has all-wheel drive and we are going to try it out on the circuit to see how it performs. There are the M1 and M2 modes that are there on the steering wheel to choose, and one can alter the balance of the car or the driving dynamics using them, and we are going to try those out as well.
The front is radically changed with the revised front lower bumper and air dam. It does not look very different from the new 5 Series apart from the wheels and the ceramic brakes. But there is a lot of change under the skin. The roof is now made entirely of carbon fiber, reinforced plastic, and there is lots more aluminium in its body. This makes the 6th generation M5 lighter than the 5th one, despite having the additional weight of the AWD system. Now let's go and take the 600 horsepower 700 Nm torque car out on the track first. It was in the Estoril circuit that we were really able to experience the car. With 4-wheel drive in specially developed Pirelli rubber, the car stayed glued to the track. Push it as hard as I might have the guts to, and it just would not stop out of line, even though the circuit was damp in places. Actually, one can set it up so that the car is actually only RWD and have some fun on the track. Driving the car is so intoxicating that one fails to notice what a good job BMW has done with the M5's interiors. Seats that were extremely snug and supportive also feel premium. Fit and finish as well as quality are top-notch, and the interiors, though understated like the exteriors of the car, are sporty and exude luxury.
So out on the Estoril racetrack with the M5, already done 6 hot laps behind Bruno Spengler, one of the racing car drivers of BMW Motorsport, and now just taking a quick spin around to feel the car. I must say, the X-Drive Precision Drive is making all the difference. 600 horsepower is very easy to lay on the ground, and the car is very easy to drive with this new all-wheel drive system. Also, you can play around with the settings. There's M1 and M2 on the steering wheel. We can set it for a sportier drive. You can play around with the traction control settings and the gear shift, and make it into a proper rear-wheel drive sports car where the rear is stepping out but letting you keep control of the car. And we've set the M2 where it's more manual, more basic, more back to the basics race car, and it's a lot of fun driving on the circuit.
To drive the car has a surprisingly good ride on the country roads and highways near Lisbon. The engine sounds better than before, and that's not because of the artificial engine notes being played through the speakers in the cabin. And the gearbox works much smoother than before, without the brutish shifts of the DCT. All in all, it is a much more docile animal than before, but not when it comes to outright performance. Speeds of 200 km per hour can be reached in just over 11 seconds, and of 100 km per hour in just 3.4 seconds, and that's mighty quick. Top speed of the car, if one has invested in the optional M Drivers package, is 305 km per hour.
After having driven the M5 on the track, we are now driving it on the country roads, and the first thing that strikes me is the ride quality. It is just like the road-going 5 Series, nice and soft, but of course on the track, the character of the car was totally different.
Just like the 4th generation M5, this one too will go down in history as a big game changer. And as far as the car itself goes, there may not be too many cars in the world that can compare with this BMW on the track and on the road. Everyone expects the M5 to be a track tool, but this one is as deliverable on the road as it is on the track. We must say that after a somewhat disappointing 5th generation, the M5 is back, and that too with a huge bang.